electrifying. It is completely off the charts, and I'm so hyped to be here. And obviously, I have the honor to introduce you to these two beautiful analysts joining me today. One of which is Maxman, one of which is Seven Worlds Gaming. How are we feeling?
As you said, it's electrifying. So I think that we kind of like absorbed that atmosphere right now, Seven. I mean, we had a fantastic day one here in the grand finals, and if it's just even remotely close today, I'll be hyped. But we know that teams have made changes. Today is going to be even better than what we saw yesterday.
I already reached my step goals, and that was just from me jumping around before before the show started, because the Alter Ego fans were just getting absolutely insane, and I hope that we get to hear those chants. And as you were saying, a lot of teams are going to be adjusting. I can't wait to see who's going to be doing that.
It's so surprising because like they've been screaming for like 40 minutes.
Yes.
I don't know how they still have energy, by the way, but they're still going.
Speaking of energy, something that has a lot of energy as well. I love that transition, by the way. Sorry.
Good job.
Xperia 1 Mark 4. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, Xperia 1 Mark 4 and Xperia Stream, which were co-developed. You can see these two products, by the way, right here, which are co-developed in collaboration with professional esports players. Play PUBG Mobile with Xperia Stream's total cooling system and multiple ports for intensive gaming and streaming, in case you want to share your highlights. And also, don't forget to check out Prime Gaming, another sponsor for this beautiful tournament here in Jakarta, Indonesia. So check out Prime Gaming. You will find lots of free content for all your favorite games, sometimes free games itself, and especially interesting to you guys at home playing PUBG Mobile, you will find free PUBG Mobile items at Prime Gaming as well. Make sure to check them out. Last but not least, another very important part of this PMGZ 2022 Grand Final journey is PBESI, which is the local esports association in Indonesia. Thank you so much, PBESI, for supporting this tournament as well. Before we get back to analyzing and talking about the games that we saw yesterday, the 6 of them that we've had so far, make sure to check out the PMGC Fan Favorite Vote. It is going on right now. You can see at the bottom of the screen right now as well. You are able to collect tokens in the Erangel map, and you can use them to vote for your favorite team inside the esports center. So make sure to just open your app and get right in there. And now, last but not least, follow us. Follow us on all the socials. It's as easy as that. Make sure to check out YouTube. Make sure to check out Instagram. Make sure to check out Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. We're on all of that. And the name across all boards is PUBG Mobile Esports. So make sure to follow our social channels.
If we could, we'll be on MySpace too.
Does that still exist? Well,
Can't do that anymore.
looking at a quick overview of what we have planned for today. You saw 6 matches yesterday. We'll have 6 matches today, 6 matches tomorrow. And you can quickly check out the total prize pool as well. $1.5 million will be given to the players in the grand finals alone, Max.
Yeah, as you know, that's half day rate for 7. So they're going to be making that.
Calm down, Jason.
Hey, I have to do a callback eventually, right?
Yes.
Of course, 6 more matches going to be happening today. So many opportunities for these teams now that we see on our screen, 7, to make these changes and climb up the rankings.
A lot of these teams definitely need to make some changes. I'm going to be looking at Star Wars. I'm going to be looking at Wolves too. Wolves actually made a bit of a change yesterday. You saw them starting to perform well. And I feel like the big one that I do want to see a change from is going to be Alter Ego. I mean, we've been seeing the crowd get hyped. It's actually a lot more packed. There's a lot more energy here on day number 2. And this team performed really well in the last match yesterday.
Well, we'll have to see if the changes are going to be happening here. But of course, looking at the top 4 fraggers of all of day 1 here, a lot of players tied up with that 13 elim. Seems like the lucky number for a lot of these players here going into that first day of play. But of course, Sandesh being one of the top fraggers, of course, meaning that he's up there because he also has more damage overall and more knocks, has been able to just perform so well for T2K. That their big second place game, they got how many? 16 eliminations, I believe it was one of our top fragging games of all of that first day, and he was the one to stand out the most. I would love to see them try and replicate that in this day.
100%, and then we go to, I mean, top damage. It has to be Alpha 7 with the way they were able to perform. They did kind of fall off a little bit there in the last 2 matches, but I think they're going to be able to come back in hot today at the start. 1,246 average damage. It's absolutely insane. Inku Gaming as well, but what I'm actually surprised at here is we have IHC, and we heard Inco Gaming talking about them, so I wonder how that dynamic is going to be playing out today. And last but not least, you do have SCG.
Yes, and that is especially surprising to me because SCG was one of the teams that we talked about had the least impact in terms of eliminations inside these games. Still putting out that amount of damage. Is that surprising to you, Max?
The thing is, as you said, right, they got themselves a lot of placement points, but I think that what we did see towards the end is they were trying to step up their aggressive game, right? They were very clearly like, okay, we've got a lot of placement points, we need to shift things up. then they got eliminations,
Yep.
and then get placement points. So like you need to find that middle ground to some extent, but a lot of that damage coming out from SGG was from that second half of the day. If they find that middle ground, Seven, I'd have to say SGG could be looking amazing in today's 6 matches.
S2G, I mean, I have them as my top 5. I'm hoping that it ends up happening. I feel like they showed the potential yesterday in certain matches that they can get that fragging power. But I mean, I'm just going to be repeating what you just said, which is pretty much they need to find that happy place between placement and also eliminations.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights that we saw from yesterday's game. Starting off with game number 1, an A7's absolute mad push. I believe it was Ravo getting not only 1 but 2, maybe even 3 kills in that quick succession.
Yeah, we didn't have even time to talk about it, but on the top fraggers, like, he had also 13 eliminations.
Yes.
Revo, I mean, this guy just stepped up. He also had so many individual players from just Brazil as a whole, with like Vitaly in particular. They showed up on a singular play and also as a team.
And I'm so glad you brought up Vitaly, because I actually wanted to mention we saw 13 eliminations out of him. And if I'm not mistaken, those 13 eliminations actually came in the first 2 games. After that, he wasn't really able to get any because
Vacation.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, let me just lay back, relax. In the first game, he ended up with 7 elims. In the second game, he ended up with 6. So I'm hoping a bit of it, more of a consistent game out of them. And I mean, you saw Alpha 7. You were talking about it yesterday too, how well they played Sandhawk, that they ended up winning.
And that 2-1-1 split was just something of absolute beauty. But then I think this is the moment right here where we had the entire crowd just go,
Oh,
whoa!
yes.
Yeah, like they just lit up instantly, where they just cleared that team almost instantly. He's got himself a good clear on Nova
Yep.
later on down the line, but overall, Alpha 7, it was their day almost the entirety of those 6 matches. And the question is now, who can beat them in these matches today?
And I think for me, it's going to be SGG. And SGG, going back to what you were saying, if they can find a happy place between those placement points and also the eliminations, they can maybe go up above Influence Cayman. And then you have T2K. I mean, you mentioned it too. 16 eliminations for that team in 1 game with the 2nd place finish. They definitely showed that potential. You've been mentioning, you can see this. Alpha 7 at the top, 78 points. Inco Gaming, 69. Nice. Influence Champions, 54 points. I mean, these teams are doing good. And what I want to see out of SGG Esports and T2K, I hope they get a win today.
You know what? Normally I like to have a little bit of a friendly competition with you, Seven, as who we're going to be predicting in the top 5. You said Brazil, you said S2G. That's a 4 out of 5 ratio right now. I got to say, you're on point this season. And we'll see if it's still the case at the end of the day.
To be fair, I only had 2 Brazilian teams. Okay, so I'm actually surprised that it's doing this well. But then if we go towards the bottom right, we saw IC there, and now we go towards the 2nd page for Angry Man. This was a team that showed a lot of great play yesterday, and they especially started picking up on the second half of the day. And when we talk about picking it up, I mean, we got to talk about Fireflux Esports.
Fireflux Esports, of course, with that 1 chicken dinner. The thing is, a lot of their points came out from that 1 singular chicken dinner. You're looking at their ranking points. You take out 15, they only got 3 more placement points left. We need to see consistency from this team to climb up and hopefully be in that top 5 position at the end of today.
Absolutely. And kind of the same thing could be said about Wolves. They had 2 back-to-back last places in round 2 and round 3. So the inconsistency here really needs to be fixed. Looking at Inco against INF, interesting statistics.
Yeah, interesting statistics. I mean, that average elimination when you're looking at 5 is just something of absolute beauty when you're looking at it. At this level of competition in PUBG Mobile Esports, having a 5 average elimination per game is absolutely mental. The question is, of course, as you mentioned, can they keep it up today? If they do, man, they're looking like they're not going to budge from those top positions.
And what was crazy to me, and I mean, they did have 2 games yesterday when they ended up in 15th place and in 16th place. And as we go to the top Erangel performance here, there's no surprise. I am a little bit surprised to not see Alpha 7 here. It seems like they were performing better in Miramar and obviously in Sandhawk when they ended up getting the win. DRS, we know we've been wanting to talk about that team. That team showed up big time in the first game yesterday, and after that, I just felt like they disappeared.
Yeah, will they play in the next games? I don't remember. Yeah, a bit brutal. But yeah, that first game was fantastic. We need to see more of the essence of that game in the other ranking, in the other matches. If so, we could see Nepal step up big time. We want to see DRS at the top of the leaderboards eventually.
Yep.
Quickly looking at what we're going to see today. You already saw it, but it's going to be the normal rotation that we saw yesterday as well. Starting off with Erangel, Miramar, Sandhawk, and then the same thing except Sandhawk is switched out for Erangel in the end. Exciting games that we have seen yesterday. A storyline with the whole Brazil region coming on clutch in the last games as well.
I'm sorry. Wait a second. Did
Tell
you
me
just
about
say?
Oh, that is just
Did you
cheeky.
just say Brazil? Listen, I don't get to do this often. I don't get to brag this much because this team, the region usually lets me down a little bit, okay? But they're doing so well that I had to bring out the flag and just showcase it. Soak it in. Vamos Brasil, muito amor.
I think you'll have to give that to Blanky. It was a bit cold. I think you're right.
I'll
You're
give
right.
it to him.
Yeah.
He's screaming already forward. Coming to the teams to watch, and I'm especially interested because you keep saying you're all about Brazil. do we have a lot of Brazil teams on you? No, not
No.
really. It's only A7 now.
Yeah, it's only A7, and that's because they are currently leading. I felt like they definitely dropped off in the last 2 games yesterday. I want to see how they're going to be coming out. And because I have Nova, they usually tend to bounce back in day number 2. In IHC, I haven't, because we were talking about this too, and I know that you have them too. They got a win yesterday. And if you remember, they didn't get a win at last chance.
Really, when I saw Zol get himself that 1v1v1
Yep.
clutch at the end towards those last matches, I was having like callbacks to almost 2 years ago PMGC Grand Finals when he was playing with Zeus. It was so hype. I want to see more of that. But actually, back on to Nova, I think you had a talk with Paraboy, right? About where he was hoping to be at the end of today.
Yeah, so I went up to him. I was like, do you think you're going to... I expect you to be at least top 3. He's like, you know what? Top 5. And then he was like, actually, top 3. So the confidence is there.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it has to be specified. He means that for today. For today, top 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I was completely surprised right there because you said top 5 to 3. Either way, we'll be getting into the first game of day number 2. John Allen and Blanca standing ready at the commentary desk, and we are heading right there.
No messing. We're going right over here. We are going to be taking it in to game number 1 here for PMGC 22 finals in Jakarta. It's been such an electric atmosphere in the auditorium so far
absolutely has.
today. It has been phenomenal to watch, Blank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a little bit chilly. I'm still.
You're right.
The
there
heat
you
coming
go.
off this region, though, right now.
Oh.
It's bringing me heat. It's bringing me warmth. The top 3.
Oh,
They're
dear.
looking for a little bit more. I'm steaming. I'm steaming right now with this on. I'm happy days. Anyway, let's keep this on for a little while longer. But heading over to the venue right now, checking out the players, checking out the watchers, the audience in tow. Happy days. All in all, this has been a fantastic time. I'm really happy with the way this tournament's turned out so far. We've had a beautiful amount of turnout, just in terms of audience, just in terms of the amount of people that are here cheering. The audience is absolutely electric. And I don't think we could have asked for a better day 1 with a very surprising turnout with that 1-2-3 over in Brazil.
Excellent performance, not only from the teams, but from the crowd themselves. I think that's a big part of it. Sure, the national team that is here for the region, they might be at the bottom of the tables, but they are at the top of the tables when it comes to that support.